Students, have you ever observed it? When you open a perfume bottle and left it open for a long time, you will observe that perfume liquid will disappear. Similarly, when you open nail polish remover bottle and left it open for a long time, you will observe that nail polish remover liquid will disappear. Have you ever observed it? Where does this liquid go? Similarly, when you spray water somewhere else, like floor, table, you observe that after some time this liquid disappears. Same, puddles of water that forms after raining disappears. Why? Similarly, when your mom wash your clothes and hang them outside for drying, clothes get dry. So you observe that? How do wet clothes get dry? Where does this water from the clothes go? We have seen many examples. So you observe that? Where does this water go? Yes, students, you are thinking exactly right. This water goes in the air as a water vapor. Means water changes its state from liquid to gas. And you know, students, changes of state from liquid to gas is a boiling. So does water in these clothes get boiled? No, this water doesn't boil. So, what happens with this water that changes its state from liquid to gas without boiling? Water evaporates, and the phenomena is known as evaporation. The best example of evaporation is drying out the clothes, right? Actually, evaporation is the process of the changes of the liquid state to the gaseous or vapor state. So, whenever the liquid changes into the gaseous state below its boiling point, this is known as evaporation. As you know, students, boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. But students, when your mom or you hang your clothes outside for drying, and what is the temperature outside? The average outside temperature is around 30 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius. And when you drop a water on the floor or on a table, so what is the room temperature? The room temperature is 30 degrees Celsius. So students, you have observed that average outside temperature and room temperature is much below than the boiling point of water. That shows water evaporates below the boiling point. So changes of a liquid state to the gaseous state at any temperature below the boiling point is actually a phenomena of evaporation. But how does the mechanism of evaporation takes place? Evaporation is actually a surface phenomena, while boiling is a bulk phenomena. Let's understand it. In this example, you can see water is getting boiled. When water is boiled, you observe that entire liquid gets boiled at the same time. But in evaporation, here you can see this is the kinetic model of a liquid. The lower liquid portion that has the less kinetic energy molecules. This is a liquid state. Water is in liquid form. While here in this region, you can see this is a gas state of a water, and this is a process of evaporation. Actually, when sunlight strikes on the surface of molecules, their kinetic energy increases. That breaks the intermolecular forces that binds the molecules together. You know what are the intermolecular forces? Intermolecular forces are those forces which bind the molecules together. As a result, their speed of molecules also increases. So this kinetic energy is enough to break the intermolecular forces. So molecules present on the surface, they escape into the air as a gas. But when sunlight strikes on the surface of the molecules of water get excited, get more energetic, their kinetic energy increases. As a result, they escape into the air. This is the process of evaporation, and here you have seen that only the water molecules present on the surface of a liquid, they evaporate. Not the entire liquid evaporate at the same time. And another very important thing about evaporation is time. Boiling is a rapid process, but evaporation is a very slow process. Now, factors affecting the rate of evaporation. Right? What are the factors that affects the rate of evaporation? Okay, let's see. When your mom washes your clothes, what does she do? How does she dry your clothes? Does she fold your wet clothes like this way, or does she hang your clothes like this way for drying? So, which clothes do you think dry first? Obviously, students, whenever you or your mom hang your clothes like this manner, your clothes will get dry first. Right? Because evaporation increases with increasing surface area. Greater surface area, greater evaporation. Because your clothes are more exposed to the sunlight. Now, let's suppose your mom has washed your clothes and few clothes she hang in a hot summer days, while the some clothes she hanged in a cold winter days. So, which clothes do you think dry first? Yes, obviously, the clothes which are hanged in a hot summer days. Why? Because higher the temperature, higher the rate of evaporation. As we have already discussed, whenever sunlight strikes on the molecules present on the surface of a liquid, their kinetic energy increases, they get excited, their speed increases. As a result, their intermolecular interaction decreases and intermolecular forces break and molecules of liquid escape into the air as a water vapor. Here you can see whenever outside temperature increases, kinetic energy of the liquid molecules increases. As a result, intermolecular spaces increases because molecules get far away. As a result, intermolecular interactions or the forces decreases that binds the molecules together. So finally, as a result of these things, molecules of liquid escape into the air. Now students, if your mom wash your clothes and hang them outside, but where there is no wind, and if your mom hang your clothes outside, but there is a lot of wind, here like this. Once where no wind and once there is a lot of wind. So which clothes do you think dry first? Just pause the video and think about it. Yes, the clothes which are in a more wind. Because more wind, more evaporation. Wind carries the water molecules away from the clothes. As a result, rate of evaporation increases. So more wind, more evaporation. Now students, if you take two shirts and they are equally wet and the temperature is same, but if the one shirt is hanged, where there is a low humidity, and the other shirt is hanged where the very high humidity. And you know the humidity is actually the amount of water vapor in the air. And you know, air can pull the certain amount of water vapor at a particular temperature. So which shirt do you think dry first? Obviously, the shirt that is placed or hanged in a low humidity. Why? Because air has not a sufficient amount of water, so it can absorb the water more. So rate of evaporation would be high in a region where the low humidity. So we can say lesser the humidity, higher the evaporation, or higher the rate of evaporation. Now, evaporation is a cooling process. But how? I hope students you know about it. You know, our body naturally sweats. The water droplets evaporates from our body. They need to absorb the energy from the surrounding and help cool it down. When you exercise, your body gets sweat. But after some times, you know, sweat or the water droplets evaporates and you feel coldness. Because water droplets absorb the energy or the heat from surrounding or from your body. If they absorb the heat from your body, so your body heat decreases, so you feel coldness. You know, sweat water droplets absorb heat, so that increases the kinetic energy of the molecules that overcome the forces of attraction, and water molecules escape out into gas, and that decreases the kinetic energy of remaining molecules and cause cooling. Yes, I hope students you have understood well why evaporation is a cooling process. Don't forget to watch, like and subscribe my channel. Take care of yourself till next video. Allah Hafiz.